Hey, Chadi Bazzi here, and in this video, we are going to continue the conversation about how to thrive your business regardless of market conditions. So stay tuned for this special episode. Hello and welcome to the Real Estate Sales Mastery TV. I'm your host, Chadi Bazzi, a real estate coach and trainer, and I'm on a mission to help you master the art of selling so you can take more listings than you are right now, sell more homes much faster than you ever have, work less, and build a business by design. A business you absolutely love that gives you the money, time, and freedom that you deserve. Are you ready? Let's do this. Hey there, Chadi Bazzi here, and welcome to another episode of Real Estate Success Mastery TV. And today's episode is part 2 of how to thrive your business regardless of the market conditions. Look, just a few days ago in the previous episode, I shared with you that this episode was inspired by one of my coaching clients. We'll just call her Kay for the sake of anonymity. I said, you know, when she got on a call with me, she was totally freaked out. By the time she was done with our 30-minute coaching call, she was super excited about all the changes that were taking place in the marketplace. Basically, what I was able to do is draw out of her and show her that regardless of what's happening in the marketplace, she was still in control of what the final outcome would be with her business, and that she's responsible for creating the final outcome. So we began by, creating 4 quadrants, 4 squares. I said, get a piece of paper and, from, horizontally and vertically, I don't know if I got that horizontal, vertical, whatever, you know what I mean. Cross the middle, have four squares. And we said in the top left-hand corner, we're going to put down all the good news that come with a changing market. And in the top right-hand corner, we're going to write down all the bad news. By the time we were done with it, there was more good news and bad news, and more good news than bad news. So there was more to look forward to than to worry about. And there's really nothing to worry about because we've identified certain things that we need to work on. So we're going to continue this conversation right now. So now, on the bottom left hand, the circle or the square in the bottom left hand corner, underneath the good news square, I want you to write down the following. Start doing. Start doing. Start doing. Okay, so we're going to work on this quadrant before we work on the final quadrant. And I came up with a list. Me and her came up with a list of all the things that you need to start doing. You need to begin to doing right now to equip yourself for whatever changes that are going to occur within your marketplace, so you can market-proof and bulletproof your business and continue to thrive your business. I said what we need to begin to do is, number one, we need to begin and or enhance our current mindset routine. Our current mindset routine. And what I mean by that is, all of a sudden we're going to be hearing different things within the media, from our brokers, from our managers, from our other agents. We're going to hear a lot of negativity. Okay, and we cannot get sucked into any of that negativity, and we got to take responsibility for how we feel each and every single day. So we got to equip ourselves with all the right tools and strategies and systems to make sure that our mentality is in top notch. We need the mentality of a champion. We need to control our state of feel good at all times throughout the whole entire day. So I said, number one, what we need to do is we need to start putting together a major morning routine in place. And you know what? Rather than walk you through what that would look like, I'll go ahead on the show notes, and when you go to chadibazzi.com, underneath this episode, I'll put in the show notes a link for you to go ahead and go through the video that teaches you how to put together a very, very strong morning routine to create a better mindset. So that's the first thing that we need to work on. I said, number 2, what we need to do is we need to start qualifying the heck out of our sellers. We need to start qualifying the heck out of our sellers so we could, number 1, only be working with the right sellers. Remember what I said earlier, okay? On the good news list, I said the only sellers that will sell now are the good ones. And the only sellers that we want to be working with are the ones that are in that good category. We don't want to carry a listing for any longer than we should. Okay, ideally, we want to be selling our listings, depending on your marketplace, in 30 to 45 days or less. And how do you do that? By pricing it right. And how do you price it right? Well, you got to make sure that the seller is 100% motivated. How do you make sure they're 100% motivated? Well, you find out if they're 100% motivated by learning how to qualify them very good. By the way, I'll go ahead and include a link to another episode that we've done that teaches you how to qualify your sellers and your buyers to get them into a contract very quickly. So we'll put that in the show notes at shadybazzi.com. Now, why is it also that critical to, qualify the heck out of them? Well, is that very much critical to qualify the heck out of them? Excuse me for using that word. I just feel like it's the right word to use. The reason being is when you qualify them, okay, it's going to be much easier for you during your presentation to make sure that you deliver a presentation in a way that they are looking for. And there's more about that in the qualifying video that will expand on that. It's just going to make your job a lot easier. So the third thing that you need to do is you need to up your lead generation. You need to up your lead generation. You need to take a look at all different lead generation tools or strategies or whatever you have in place. You need to take a look at that, and you need to take a look at what it's delivering. Like, for example, we're recording this video in September right now. So what you need to do is you need to measure what your current lead generation systems have given you in the month of August, in the month of July, in the month of June. Are you seeing a trend? Are they still giving you what they're supposed to give you? Okay, so and if they're not, you need to up your lead generation. And if they are, you need to up your lead generation anyways to make sure that you bulletproof or market-proof your business. I said you need to up your lead follow-up. You need to up your lead follow-up. Lead follow-up is very critical. By the way, I'll include a link to the video for lead follow-up in the show notes at shadybazzi.com. So make sure you go there because I've already done a whole entire video on how to better lead follow-up and convert your leads into appointments, from appointments to listings. So we'll just leave it at that and say up your lead follow-up for the sake of time on this video. And then I said, number 5, you need to become the expert in the marketplace. You need to become the expert in the marketplace. Now, you need to be a specific expert in the marketplace. And here's what I mean. Okay. A lot of times what happens is when people start throwing numbers out there and talk about what's happening in the marketplace, they're talking in general. They're probably talking about the whole entire county. They're probably talking about the whole entire city. The way that you need to show that you are the expert is by knowing exactly what is happening in that buyer or that seller that you're working with in their specific price point. Look, different marketplaces on the lower end, there's more turnover. On the higher end, there's less turnover. So therefore, what's happening in the high end may not be happening in the low end, and vice versa, and everything else in between. So when you're speaking to your sellers and when you're speaking to your buyers, you need to be speaking specifically to the price point that they're in. So know the numbers for all the different price points in your marketplace. And when you begin to throw numbers out there by saying, hey, Mr. Seller, over the course of the last 30 days, we've had that many more listings come in the market, that many more people you are now competing with. Okay. And not only that, out of the 100 people that we're competing with, 20 of them recognize that the market is slowing down and they instantly adjusted the price down. Now, on average, we are seeing a price reduction on the average listing by about 10%. Okay. And, that many properties sold, and because they were that much on the market, you get where I'm going with this. You got to know your numbers. When you're throwing numbers like that, they are listening to you as you are the expert. And when you assume the position of an expert and you begin to, when they begin to see you as the expert, guess what? Anything and everything you tell them, they will do it because you are the expert. They'll begin to follow your advice. All right. Next, I put down, you need to really learn how to become a master at handling objections. How to become a master at handling objections. And I'm going to tell you exactly what the major objections are going to be that you need to be working on in just a moment. But you need to become a master at handling objections because now your buyers got a specific objection they're going to be giving you, and your sellers got a specific objection that they're going to be giving you, and you better know how to handle that objection because if you don't, guess what? You're going to lose that buyer and or you're going to lose that seller. Don't let that happen to you. And I definitely want to help you out with that. So I will just go ahead and invite you right now to check out this website, handlethisobjection.com. Look, you want to learn how to handle objections, master objections, check out handlethisobjection.com. That's all I'm going to say about that for right now. I said, number 7, what you need to do is you need to up your commitment. You need to up your commitment. You need to now be more committed than you were a day ago, a week ago, a month ago, a quarter ago. It doesn't matter. You need to up your commitment. And the reason I say that is because when your level of commitment is very high, okay, and I'm talking about, a lot of people say, well, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm a 10. Well, if you're a 10, why aren't you doing the things you should be doing? And if you're not doing the things that you should be doing in an easier market, what are the odds of you doing them in a tougher market? Something to really think about. So whatever that means to you, up your commitment. And then I put down number 8, up your disciplines. Up your disciplines. Up your disciplines. Look, discipline is doing what you know you must do regardless of how you feel about it. That's what discipline is. It's doing the things that you know you must do regardless of how you feel about it. You feel like doing it, don't feel like doing it, you got to create the discipline to do it anyways. Okay, so what I would challenge you to do here, I would challenge you to come up with 3 areas of your life, business life or personal life, and try to find 3 things that you know if you actually became more disciplined in, it would cause you to grow you, on the personal side, and which will inevitably, naturally grow you on the business side. So up your disciplines. And then we need the final point. I said up your training. Up your training. Up your training. Look, I've done a video about this before, and I said big learners are big earners. Okay, you always got to be seeking new trainings. And here's the thing: what your level of input is determining your level of output. What is coming in, what you're feeding your mind, what's going through your ears, what you're hearing, what you're seeing, what you're feeling. Okay, that's impacting what is coming out of your mouth. And if you're putting in positive stuff through the training of, a mentor, a broker, a manager, a top agent in your marketplace, a coach like myself, any of the other coaches, etc., audio program, book, etc., you're feeding the positivity is coming out. Positivity is coming out. So this is the list of all the things that I believe you got to start doing like right now in order for you to bulletproof and market-proof your business. And regardless of whether it's a buyer's market, seller's market, it doesn't matter. You do this and you will have a solid foundation to make sure that your business continues to thrive for a very, very long time. Now, on the bottom right, we also made a list of all the things that you got to stop doing. So what are the things that you need to stop doing? I said, number 1, you need to stop complaining. Number 1, stop complaining about it. There's no reason to complain because it is what it is. No matter how much you complain, it's not going to change the status of the marketplace. It's not going to change the status of your business. Don't complain about it. Do something about it. And we already gave you a list of all the things to do. So that's number 1 on the stop doing list. Number 2, okay, do not buy into the media. Do not buy into the media. Remember, the media is speaking about everything in general terms. It's speaking about things in general terms. If you're doing all the things that I told you to do in terms of becoming an expert and really paying attention to what is happening in your local marketplace, your numbers, then you are the expert and you take your own advice. You become the media to your past clients, to your centers of influence, to your community, and you position yourself as such. So do not buy into the media hype. Periodly, whether it's good news, bad news, stay away from it. Create your own media, become the expert, and know your numbers based on your statistics, based on reality, and not a bunch of hype, etc. And I said number 3, stop being lazy. Stop being lazy, because every time that I see the market changes, people begin to get lazy. People panic, and when they panic, they become lazy. They get in a state of like, oh, it's not going to work, or too much work. I got to change this. I got to change that. I got to do this. I got to do that. And all of a sudden they become lazy. Look, remember what I said right here. You got to up your commitment and you got to up your disciplines. How do you get out of being lazy? Well, number 1, make sure you identify your goals. Make a list of the 10 things, like your top 10 goals. Okay. And then next to every single goal, what I would do if I were you is I would write down what is the consequence of not achieving a goal. What is the consequence of not achieving a goal? And then I would also write down what is the gain of achieving the goal. What would you gain by achieving that goal? So that way you can measure, what you would get out of it and what would happen as a result of not getting it. And that right there by itself should definitely get you out of your lazy mode. So that was number 3 is getting that. And then wherever you're at in your business right now, I put down for number 4, stop blaming the market. Stop blaming the market. You are responsible. And when you take responsibility and start doing all the things that I put down on the start doing list, guess what? You will never ever blame the market again, because your business will not be impacted by any market periodly whatsoever. Number 5, I put down, stop hanging out with people that are going to be complaining about the market. Stop hanging out with people that are going to be complaining about the market. Stop hanging out with people who are complaining about the market. Remember, you've heard this quote a million times by Jim Rohn, who said, you are the equivalent of the 5 people you hang out with the most. So if you hang out with 5 complainers, guess what? You're going to become a complainer. You're going to buy into those complaints. You're going to stop doing the things I'm telling you to do. You're going to stop getting the results that you are telling me you want to get. So number 5, stop hanging out with the people. So now, earlier I said that there's 2 major objections that you need to learn how to master. 2 major objections that you need to learn how to master. And I'll tell you exactly what they are right now. The number 1 buyer objection that you're going to get right now is going to be, besides lowball offers, etc., is going to be the following. I think prices are still going to come down. Therefore, I'm going to wait. I think prices are going to come down. Okay, still come down. Therefore, I want to wait. Now, the number 1 seller objection that's going to be coming up is going to be the following. I want to wait till the market gets better. I want to wait till the market gets better, prices go up, then I'll list my property. So these 2 are the 2 major objections that you're going to be getting. So all I'm going to tell you is the following. You need to master how to handle those 2 objections, because if you don't, and you have a serious buyer that gives you that objection and you can't handle it, guess what? You just lost a buyer deal. I don't know what your average commission check is, but whatever it is, you just lost a deal. If you go on a seller appointment and or trying to set a listing appointment with a real seller, and the seller gives you that objection and you're not able to handle it to set the appointment and or convert the appointment, then you just lost another deal. I don't know what your actual average commission check is, but regardless of what it is, that's how much money you would lose. So how do we put a stop to that? Real quickly, check out handlethisobjection.com. I have the solution for you there. So, as always, my intention is to give you as much value as I possibly can. I hope I've done that today. And if I did, then please share this video with anyone else that you feel could benefit from it. So until next time, look, we've given you the good news, we've given you the bad news. We told you what you can do about it, and we told you what you got to stop doing to make sure that you continue to thrive your business regardless of market conditions. All right, this is Chadi Bazzi saying thank you very much for watching this episode. I'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.